Look at the timing. He drops a SC Senate poll showing Darline Graham leading with 27-20%, and IDOM fell down, fell 70% per 77th percentile. That is not a coincidence. That is a direct signal to the establishment wing of his own party.
It's a tracking poll from 3 days ago, Mara. IDM fell down 0.27%, 70th percentile, because it's a small cap index and indices drift. You're seeing a narrative where there is only noise. The market shrugs at everything.
The market notices when he weaponizes data. He lists specific percentages, 17.4% for Fry, 15.1% for Sanford, to fracture the primary and consolidate his base. That's not noise, that is targeted disruption. DJT fell down 0.48% of 51st percentile because the immediate reaction was uncertainty, not indifference.
DJT fell down 0.48%, 51st percentile. Who knows how much percentile is literally the median? It's a coin flip. You're treating a statistical tie like a death knell because you need the panic to feel relevant.
He's talking about tens of a number of immigrants in Spain to frame the U.S. narrative, then pivots to claiming he gave up substantial payments for himself. He is manufacturing consent for legal indemnity through polling leverage. It matters because it rewrites the political operating system.
He uses words like tens of a big number and substantial because they are vague enough to never be disproven. QQQ fell down 0.25% to 69th percentile. Tech moved on tech news, not on his claims about Indiana Senate President Roderick Bray.
You ignore the VIXI rising up a 0.93% to 73rd percentile at your peril. Volatility is rising because he is injecting chaos into the SC special election with that 12.4% undecided block. He's keeping the pressure on by threatening to cost Republicans seats, as he did in Indiana.
VIXI rose up 0.93% to 73rd percentile. It's an inverse ETF. A rise just means the underlying volatility index ticked up slightly. It is a derivative of a derivative. You are arguing over the shadow of a shadow while DJT sat at 51st percentile.
He posted that image of the Aspen building to anchor his protection narrative, then demanded Todd Blanche's approval. The tape shows Ethereum fell down 0.37%, 58th percentile. Crypto doesn't move on logic. It moves on the fear he is inciting about government abuse and asset seizure.
Ethereum fell down 0.37% to 58th percentile. A number percent, it's barely moving compared to the noise you're screaming. He claims millions agree with him. I see a handful of votes in a SC poll and a flat line on his own stock.
He is betting that the crooked narrative justifies the indemnity, and the polling data proves he can still dictate outcomes. If you think DJT falling down 0.48%, the 51st percentile, means he's irrelevant, you're blind to the fact that he is actively dismantling the institutions that stabilize that stock.
He falls down 0.48%, 51st percentile, and you call it a weapon. I call it background radiation. You're mistaking his volume for velocity, Mara.
I'm watching the board. You're watching your own reflection in a flat chart.
Keep shouting at the polling data. I'll be here when the market wakes up and realizes no one was listening.
That's the show. We're on Spotify and YouTube. If this earned it, like, subscribe, tell a friend. And housekeeping, the machine that writes this gets tuned constantly for cleaner news. The numbers are real, the jokes are not.